there's a lot of problems that Indigenous youth face in this day and age. A lot of this has stemmed from, the genocidal tactics by the Canadian government and the throwing the colonization and the continued colonization. The residential school system is one of them. The residential school system has taken thousands and hundreds of thousands of Indigenous children and raped and abused and molested them in residential schools. These were our great-grandparents, our grandparents, and our parents. And it's still continuing today in the foster care system for Indigenous children. There's more Indigenous children in foster care right now than were in residential school. And a lot are getting abused the same way. So, this is creating a lot of dysfunctions in our communities that we are trying to heal, and the way is through bringing back the pride in our young people, to know our history of the reasons why our people are in the situations we are. The illegal laws that were in place, the Indian Act system that forced our people onto reservations and imposed a foreign leadership of our people, the Department of Indian Affairs Chief and Council system. This isn't our ways, and it's really creating a lot of divide and conquer. That's what they're using, the divide and conquer tactics, by making these Indigenous people, our people, wards of the government, and the Indian agents, the modern day Indian agents that are really selling out the people, and the government are choosing these few people to wine and dine them. And we are seeing this with the Olympics and with the 4 host nations. And that's not the whole nation. That's a small handful of elite from those 4 nations, the Tsleil-Waututh, the Tsawwassen, the Squamish, and the Stathlean. So they're wining and dining them, writing their names in soap bars and chocolate and things like this, and really just selling out our land for themselves and for their own greed. And they're really co-opted by the government. And so those are only the handful, because the grassroots people, they don't want the Olympics to take place, because they're the ones that depend on the land for their food. The majority of our people don't want any type of development in our territories. So we don't even want tourists. We don't want no type of economy. We've called on, and we're promoting and pushing this as we go around and speak, that to call on an international boycott of the BC tourism market and the ski resort industries in BC. Not just some peaks, but all across BC. To boycott any type of tourism, and we don't need no money. And if anybody's saying, I'm going to go to BC, I'm going to go here, and everything, tell them. The Native people are protesting. They don't want you bring in no economy and to give it and fund the British Columbian government, who we are trying to fight against. So, just let everybody know about that we're calling for a boycott of the 2010 Winter Olympic Games, but we're asking people to come for our convergence, but not to cause any strain on our local people, to be able to provide for yourself and look after yourself while you are there. And so there's going to be more meetings and more information coming out about the convergence, and it'll be constantly updated on the no2010.com. So that's the website that will be constantly updated. I'm going to just ask one of my brother here if he wants to say a few words. This is his territory.
I just want to tell you guys a little bit about my experience in the movement and with refinding my culture, and just the whole life change that came along with getting involved and trying to realize what's happening out there on my land. As you guys all know, we took back some land in 6 Nations a few years ago there now. And, it all started with the women. We sent some women there because in our ways, the women are who pretty much run the show for our nation. As you all know, women are So we took back some land, and what it was there was agreements made where if there was going to be developing, they were supposed to consult my people, like our traditional government, our chiefs, and that wasn't being done for the longest time. Cities were sprouting up all along our lands, and so rapidly that our people never really had a chance to stop any of it until we had to physically stop it. So this is what, going into the third year now. Absolutely nothing has been accomplished except for we stopped them from building, and we tore down the houses that they built, and we donated the materials to elders and people who have needed their house fixed on our territory. We went there and we fixed it ourselves using the materials that we got from these big, nice, fancy urban houses. So there's a negotiation process that is that your government is trying to, well, they pretty much have forced us into partaking in. And this process, to me, is just a load of shit. Like, it's not, our people ain't going nowhere. It's just another divide and conquer tactic. They have all these little factions fighting each other now, trying to figure out who's gonna do what. And the government still hasn't said what they need to say. And I, myself, and I know a lot of the people on Six Nations are really getting fed up with the whole thing, and I think it's time that we start hooking up with other people like them and just keep the pressure on them, like keep coming to do these things, keep meeting new people, and just keep spreading the word, because, you know, in 2 years, what has happened? Absolutely nothing. You know? It's just, it's stressful. It's a stressful time. Like, constantly they're building, like all around us now. There's another city, the city of Brantford, and there's houses going up and development going up like crazy. Like, and our people are going there. Like, if you read our local newspapers, like, we've been on top of these people like crazy. I'm pretty sure they're pretty annoyed with seeing our flag up every construction site all along our land. But you know what? I'm tired of seeing them walking and driving their cars all upon my land, so I feel it's kind of mutual now, I guess. But things like, for like non-native people, support is really, really very important, because you guys are the ones that vote for that system, and that's your government. They're supposedly working for you people, so the more input you guys can have in swaying the way they deal with our people is welcome. It's really appreciated greatly. And I look around and I see some people that I've seen around. I know a couple of faces in here that have been around back home. And like I said, like, don't ever stop supporting the people. Like, it's a struggle that's gonna go on forever. Like these two little guys right here, we call them the warrior babies. They're gonna be fighting the same thing, but you know, one day their kids ain't gonna be fighting it. And that's what it's all about, is these guys. That's what it's all about to me, is these little guys, you know? I want them to be playing outside and fall and scrape their knees on, you know, the earth, not concrete, not steel, not some bullshit that ain't meant to be there. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to tell you guys that, like, that's where I'm coming from. It's all about the kids. It's all about the next generations. The fight will never stop with me.